Hey guys, and in this video we are going to go through all of the steps that you could possibly take with the zkSync protocol to hopefully make you eligible for the airdrop. It's not actually confirmed at this stage, like necessarily publicly that there's an airdrop, but it's extremely likely. It actually also, I believe, was mentioned in their help docs in the past that the token would be like community governed, but they've since removed that because they realized that it would be obvious indicator of an airdrop. So we're going to go through all the steps today. One of the great things about this one compared to other layer 2 airdrops or just other airdrops for ETH tokens is that because this is on layer 2, you can either move Ethereum from layer 1 to this layer 2, but you'll incur a big gas fee if you do that. That's not great, but the great thing about this one is you can use ramp to onboard into the layer 2 protocol, so you can pick up some zkSync tokens on the main net. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. If you can do that with a debit or credit card, which basically the fee for that is way smaller, so you could put $25 in and meet 25 USD and meet all of the requirements for zkSync. Not that I know what the requirements are, but we're literally doing everything you can do on the protocol, and it's pretty obvious what the requirements likely would be as we go through this. So there are 3 parts to this. The first one is we are going to use Unisync, which is a test net for like a Uniswap zkSync. It's basically they've created like their own instance of Uniswap, and it's using a test net, which means it's not real funds or real money. This is basically just a test. And then that's the first part of this. The second part is we're going to use the zkSync wallet itself. We're going to bring some money into the protocol. I'm going to do that through a debit card transaction. If you want to do that by bringing Ethereum from layer 1 to zkSync, you can, but you're going to spend a lot of money in gas for no good reason. And then we're also, once we've got that money onboarded, we're going to activate. We're going to do an activation transaction. We're going to mint an NFT, and then we will have done everything you can do at zkSync mainnet itself. And then we're going to take the spare few dollars we have remaining off to an exchange called Zigzag, which is built on top of zkSync itself. Zigzag is actually likely to have its own token as an airdrop release at a later stage, but there's a chance it could be a requirement to get a zkSync airdrop of zkSync itself, but it's more likely that you would then, by doing the steps in this video, you'll make yourself eligible for zkSync tokens on the zkSync mainnet once that is launched, like once the token is launched, and then also Zigzag tokens once they launch their tokens. So let's get started. If you don't understand everything I just said or it sounded complicated, don't stress, because it's actually not that hard. What you'll need as a prerequisite is you'll need either Chrome or Brave browser with the MetaMask extension installed. So install MetaMask and create a wallet and write down your secret phrase and store your private key somewhere safe. And once you've done that, let's get started. So I'm going to put all links in the description, but you go to uni.zkSync.io and then you click launch app. So I've probably done some really scrappy editing here. We were going to go to Unisync first. We're now going to change that because Unisync is down right this second. So I'm going to come back to that step. It'll be the second or third one of this video. It'll probably be the third one now. So we're going to start with the main net. All right, forgive my crappy editing. I just like to do things quickly. I've got like 1 subscriber, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back and connect to a wallet that hasn't interacted with this before. Okay, so what you want to do is, you want to come to wallet.zkSync.io. You will have your MetaMask installed, like we just said, and then you go to Ethereum wallet, MetaMask. It's going to ask, well, you might already be on the Ethereum mainnet, but if you're not, it'll ask you to switch network. And then you'll get to this page. Let's say balances in layer 2. this address, you probably have none, otherwise you've done this. And yeah, now you can either, for example, you could take some ETH from your layer 1 and bring it to layer 2, but I'm just going to show you as an example. I'm not going to do this because I obviously have so little ETH in here. In this particular wallet, don't even know. But I'm going to show you why this is not my recommendation. $33 in gas. That's actually cheap as hell right now. But when you're looking at this, there's a fair chance that like we're still going to find a cheaper way than this, but gas is usually like fucking 80, 100, 200 bucks to do something small like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy crypto with Ramp, and I recommend that because the fees on the credit card and the transaction are way cheaper than that $33 gas fee, because we only really need to bring in, when I'm doing these accounts, I'm doing 25 USD that I'm bringing into each one. So I'm going to do that now, just a warning that I'm going to have to chop some parts out for security purposes, potentially, I believe, because I don't want to give all my info away. So you click on buy with Ramp. Now, I'm in Australia, you pay USD. Now, when you're choosing what you get, do not choose DAI. Do not choose that. It'll make sense when we get to the next step. I would recommend ETH or USDC or USDT, but I'm just going to go with ETH. So I recommend you do that too, for simplicity's sake. Okay. Now you might be like, what, DAI? Like DAI is the recommended option, so please change it. Okay. Cool. So now I've gone through all the steps in that transaction. Obviously some of those might have to cut out or blur out, but I paid 25 USD for this amount of ETH. And you can view the receipt if there's any delays or anything like that. I do recommend clicking view receipt and bookmarking it. And then I'm going to run back to my wallet over here and refresh the page. I might just open that receipt just in case mine doesn't show up. And it has shown up here. As you can see, I paid 25, got 21. That's all good. So now the next step is we're going to kill a couple of birds with one stone. I said that right. I was just thinking about that phrase. Okay, we're going to go to the NFTs tab. Now, we're going to mint an NFT because we're just trying to do everything that you can do on zkSync to make it so you are certainly eligible for the airdrop, or as high as probability as we can control. So we're going to go mint NFT. Now, what you need to do is you need to install a piece of software called IPFS. That stands for Interplanetary File System, but it's basically, it's got this logo. IPFS is like decentralized file storage. So you just need to download this software on your Windows or Mac. You should be able to do it on both. I'm on Windows right now. And then import any image into the software. Let's do that now. I will just import some random picture. And then you click on the three dots next to the image, click copy CID. Now we're going to go mint NFT. Now, all that NFT stuff in the IPFS is just preparation for this step. This authorized to sign account activation, I believe that this coming step and this thing is what actually sets up our account, activates it, and makes us eligible for the airdrop. That is the most likely thing, but we are doing everything just in case. You would also be able to get this level of authorization and the activation by sending funds to someone, for example, but we're minting an NFT too, because that's another step that you just want to do. So once I clicked on that, it just wants access to the zkSync account. Click sign, and then you have to sign it again, sign again. All right, that CID that I copied from my IPFS, I'm gonna copy that again, that goes in here. Now as you can see, there's an account activation single time fee of $11, and there's also the actual transaction fee. Now, this account activation single time fee and this sort of stuff, we're paying that. It does give me a strong degree of conviction that this is all related to making you eligible for an airdrop. So now I'm going to click mint NFT. What the fuck was that noise? going to click sign. Now we have to wait a second. Now, I also just want to quickly apologize for the buzzing on the background of my microphone. It's kind of annoying. I don't know why. I think I'm just going to get a new mic, the one I've got. I mean, yeah, it's just got an annoying background noise, and I've tried playing with the settings so much. Can't get it perfect. But anyway, you probably, if you're making some money from watching this, I'm sure you can deal with it. So you can link to the transaction, and that's going to take us to the Blockchain Explorer for zkSync. So this is initiated, it's still working through, but this is the from address. This is my wallet address for this account, and you can see that this is created, it's gone through the change of public key, that's the activation, the minting of the NFT, so that's all good. Still initiated, it'll go through, there won't be any problems. Once it's at this level, it's fine. It's very unlikely that you'd have any issues. Now we are going to go back to our home screen. Well, you can click on NFTs. You've got this NFT token, and I've still got $9.30 of ETH here. So the next step is we're going to go to an exchange called Zigzag. Now this is a zkSync exchange. It's obviously very new because zkSync is, still relatively new. We're going to connect our wallet. It's going to be the same one. I think I literally just disconnected a different. I just connected a different one, and that's okay. I will go to. Yeah, I want to connect this one. So I'm only having this juggling problem of these wallets because I have so many wallets. Cool. So now if you've just got one, that'll be so easy, right? You just connect the wallet, you go to the right one, and if not, you go in your MetaMask, you adjust the wallet you're in, you make it the right one. So you can see here I've got 0.00222 ETH, and if I come back here, I've got 0.00222, so it all matches up. Now, all we'll need to do on Zigzag is, once again, the only thing you can do is we're going to do a little bit of trading. So not that we're going to do it off any real decision or anything. We're literally just going to never sell all in or all out of anything, because you might get stuck on being unable to make a transaction. So this is the great thing about layer 2s. Watch how cheap this transaction is. So I'm going to sign. Actually didn't see the gas fees. Now I've got a few dollars of UST from doing that. So this is the buy side. I'm on the ETH USDT market. So as you can see, I can either sell my ETH or I can buy ETH with USDT. So I'm just going to buy a bit of that. Actually, no, I'm going to USDC, USDT. I'm just interacting, doing a few little quick transactions. Get it all out of this. Yeah, doing a few quick transactions just so I can, it's obvious I've used the protocol. Now, Zigzag's airdrop, I hope there'll be some level of airdrop just to, this thing is all unknown, but there'll probably be some level of airdrop just for anyone who's used the platform. There is a chance, like I think DYDX did this, there is a chance that the highest volume traders will receive a far bigger airdrop than those who didn't. So, I've only brought bloody $10 over to this platform. If I bring over 50k and then do like 10 trades and I got 500k of trading volume, I'm probably going to be eligible for a way bigger airdrop. Potentially. There's just no way to know how it works. But the thing you do want to do, most people are not going to be willing to bring over a huge amount of money to this brand new exchange, and I think the team behind Zigzag would completely understand that, because there is some risk that you take on by interacting with these brand new platforms, when not for other things that are in your wallet, but I guess maybe, but more so just that you might, whatever you bring into this, like, it could be lost. So I tend to believe that we are doing enough just by coming and interacting with it. So you can come down to, I can scroll down to fills here, click on fills, and you can see, yeah, I got a bunch of buy and sell transactions on the platform. So I'm going to bring this all back to ETH now. So yeah, buy some ETH here with 100%, and ETH USDT. So sometimes transactions do fail every now and then. I have noticed that, which, you know, this is the joys of being so early to a platform. But guys, zkSync, I obviously don't know if that problem was Zigzag related, but I actually think it might be zkSync itself. But zkSync is one of the few layer 2 solutions which is really, really high potential to be like a future staple of the ecosystem. If you want to learn more about it, just go searching for zkSync or zero knowledge rollups. And the common competitors that it's up against for layer 2 scaling are Arbitrum and Optimism. And my next videos, we will be going through how to potentially make ourselves eligible for Arbitrum and Optimism airdrops. So now I'm back in ETH. You know, obviously spent a little bit of money there, just trading back and forth to make myself eligible for Zigzag's airdrop, or potentially it being a factor of zkSync itself. So I'm going to pause there, and I will come back and do the Unisync testnet once that is back online. Hopefully that will be in the next hour or so. But yeah, back soon. Hey guys, so we are now ready to use the Unisync testnet to do the final stage that's potentially required for the zkSync airdrop. Obviously I mentioned yesterday this was down for a little while, and it's actually not the first time I've seen that. So if you have any issues when you go to do yours, the following steps don't work, just try again in 12 hours or something like that. I've never seen it be down for more than that amount of time. So we're going to go to uni.zksync.io, and then you will be connected to your preferred wallet that you're doing. Make sure you're doing all your actions in the one wallet address. We're going to go request tokens from a faucet. You're going to have to then tweet something. Just click on tweet and then tweet that out. And then if I come back, see it's immediately successfully claimed. Click OK. And then it will give you a little bit of a few coins. As I say, these are all fake. This is fake money. This is not real. But we're just testing this swap feature of the protocol. And then we're just going to do a few swaps. I'm going to enter an amount. You can swap whatever to whatever. It does not matter. And then you want to allow the Uniswap protocol to use it. You have to enter your password. Sign it. And then hit swap and confirm swap. And then you have to confirm that. Boom. You've done a swap. I'd recommend doing a few just in case. It's literally costs you nothing, so I don't see why you wouldn't. I know that like 1inch did an airdrop and you had to have done 2 trades on their platform to be eligible. So it's just like, why not do everything a few times? So as you can see, I'm just spamming a few different swaps on a few different assets. Cool. So we have now used the zkSync testnet with this Uniswap instance, and we have activated our account on zkSync itself. We've minted an NFT, and we've gone and used the Zigzag exchange, which is on zkSync is the protocol that exchange is built on. So we've actually done everything now that you can do with zkSync today. This makes me believe that you would be eligible for the airdrop, unless there's some other conditions. There's no way for us to know. So yeah, you may do this with one wallet address. You may decide to go and do it with multiple. That is totally up to you. Yeah, and hopefully we get an airdrop for zkSync. This technology is one of the best layer 2 technologies, or one of the top like competitors for layer 2 on Ethereum, and it's pretty much between zkSync, Optimism, and Arbitrum are the main ones that I'm aware of. And I think zkSync has a really good potential to be one of the key technologies. I'm going to put this Medium article, actually maybe it's not a Medium, it's a Matter Labs article on zkSync and how it's the missing link to mass adoption of Ethereum. If you're interested in the tech, I would highly recommend reading this, which you should be. This is really cool stuff, and it's really good to have an idea, because otherwise you're going to get a bag of zkSync from an airdrop, you're going to sell it all for a few $1,000s, and then you're going to eventually realize like, oh shit, maybe I should have held on to that because it's actually extremely valuable. So hope this helped, and yeah, hopefully we get to celebrate some airdrops in a not too distant future. I'll be following this video up with a couple more, probably dive into Arbitrum and Optimism airdrops next, and we'll continue on from there. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.